of the reasons why a number of students fail examinations or end of term or any test is because of this problem. Let me share a story because I was there at one point also. When I was in my childhood, I disliked studying, revising. Anything school related was literally considered boring. And as a result, I will fail every single end of term. And this occurred for about approximately 3 consecutive years. Until, well, my grandmother, who was a very faithful believer, God, she prayed for me, and God answered her prayer. And then my attitude towards my work changed, and I started improving rapidly. I went from from a failure to academic success. To make a long story short, even after I started to take my education a little bit more seriously, I still was not 100% in love with studies, but I had family support, I had lessons, and I was still attending school. So all of that helped me to improve and obtain pretty excellent grades, right? But I must say, for the subjects that I did not have lessons for, I was not studying all the time. Let's be real. By the grace of God, I was able to pass those subjects as well by cramming. Now, if I did cram those subjects, sorry, if I did cram math, which I had lessons for though, I don't think I would have passed because math is pretty difficult to cram. I actually get a reasonable grade. So by the time I completed my CSEC and I was pursuing CAPE, CAPE was a bit of an up and down because now I didn't have lessons. I had lessons for one subject, but then I ended up dropping it due to some specific things that started occurring in my life. But apart from that, I was literally very distracted in CAPE. And yeah, I did okay in some subjects. I failed some. And university, eventually, a couple of years later, I decided to pursue my education in university. But then my mindset and my goals were very clear. I was a little bit, so should I say, grown from how I was, right? I was in my early 20s at the time. And I said to myself, I am not going to fail any subject I get. I think a lot of success starts with the person and us knowing what we want and being serious about what we want to pursue. So I'm not going to fail no subjects again. Apart from that, um, what else? I did a lot of research because I knew that the skills and the abilities I had was not going to be enough for me to push through at that level. I prayed about it too because I am a really very prayer and God. So after years of trial and error while pursuing my degree, I eventually discovered a lot of things that I was never taught in school, which helped me to build something called self-discipline. So that is something that I never used to have that when I was younger, but it's something I developed in my early 20s, and I still utilize some of these techniques and skills, and I share them with my students as well because it has helped me to never fail again. Because I know not all the time, even I, when I was studying, and if I choose to ever pursue any other degrees in the future or any type of formal education, I know that I don't always feel like studying. And sometimes we study what we are most passionate about, right? It's easier for us to study what we are passionate about than when you are in a school system and you are technically forced to study what the school wants you to study, right? Such as math that a lot of students, um, don't really like in terms of that subject. So I am trying to emphasize that self-discipline is something, if you do research, you will see that most people who have succeeded in life, whether it's educational, business, career, in a sporting event or activity, these people have developed discipline. Self-discipline is one's ability to get the work done, to get your studies done, even when you don't feel like it. So in life, yes, our feelings and emotions, we that's natural for us as humans. But if we allow, okay, today I'm not feeling to study, tomorrow I study, next week I not study, or I just study 2 days or a few days before exams. That is a recipe for failure. So to ensure that you accomplish your academic goals and you study consistently, um, discipline is very important. It's a very important habit to develop. It's not going if you are another self-disciplined student, it's not going to happen overnight because it didn't happen for you overnight. It takes time and it really will depend on how serious you are about wanting to accomplish your goals. So, in the upcoming weeks, also, I will be hosting once again my academic success challenge where I will share and train students who will attend how they could go about structuring their lives in a way that they could succeed in their academics, but also some of these same skills can be used in the future for other goals in life. Y'all take care. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow. Out.